Hi guys, it's John. I have another scent review for you today. What I'd like to talk about today is Red Ellis Red 360 in this obscenely shaped red glass bottle that everyone knows so well. I got this, it's one of the things I got for myself for Christmas, and I've been living with it for the past few days, and thought I'd just sort of had enough to say about it to post a review. So anyone that smelled this knows that it's supposed to be a copy of Acqua di Gio, right? Acqua di Gio having come out in 1996. Red Ellis Red 360 came out in 2003, 7 years later, and was created by Jean-Louis Grabi, whose most well-known other fragrance is probably Just Me for Men by Paris Hilton. And the funny thing about Just Me for Men by Paris Hilton is that it's also an Acqua di Gio copy. So Jean-Louis Grabi has made a bit of a career copying Acqua di Gio, at least twice that I can track down. Even though I don't have Acqua di Gio on hand for sort of a wrist-by-wrist comparison, I remember what it smells like and how it performs on my skin. Needless to say, I've tried it. Of course, I've smelled it. Everyone and their mother and grandmother has smelled it. And it's sort of like my last review of Fujiyama. I want to do a comparison with Acqua di Gio, even though I don't have it here, because I think they're so alike, and I promise the next review that I post won't be a comparison of something I don't have on hand. In fact, the thing that Fujiyama was a comparison of, I do have, but I just didn't do a wrist by wrist. But I talked about the accords and the smells in the body of the review. So, as far as notes go, Red Ellis Red 360 has Italian bergamot. It has lime zest. It has ruby orange, nutmeg, red cinnamon, and clove bud on the top. It has parsley, coriander seeds, and lavender at the heart. And let's see, sandalwood, Mysore, red cedar, vetiver root, Indonesian patchouli, oak moss, and clean musk at the base. By the way, sandalwood Mysore, which is more often referred to as Mysore sandalwood or Mysorean sandalwood, Mysore is today a modern town the south of India, which used to be a kingdom, which did a lot of selling in woods and spices and essential oils back in the 15th and 16th century. And it was especially known for its rich smelling sandalwood. So it sort of took on a name of its own and is now known as Mysore sandalwood or sandalwood Mysore. To me, there are certain smells or notes or accords in Acqua di Gio that I guess I can spray it so you can see how well the sprayer works first before I go on and talk about the actual smells. It sprays pretty well. It's as long as the sprayer functions. I don't really care, but you can sort of see. There are certain accords or smells to me in Acqua di Gio that make it recognizably Acqua di Gio. Specifically that sort of, that citrusy bergamot, really, really heavy on the bergamot opening. And as it dries down, that sort of soft herbal rosemary finish. And I think this fragrance has both of these, but it also has some extra notes which make it a little distinctive. A lot of people say that one of those extra notes is cinnamon. That's not what I think I smell, though. I smell something much softer, like nutmeg, or something like it. I guess it could be cinnamon, but when I think of cinnamon, I think of the cinnamon in Tuscany. That cinnamon that comes out and bites you, in the face and sort of, nips you right in your nose and makes you want to sneeze instantaneously. And I guess it could be cinnamon, but if it is, it's really soft and really subtle. And you get the bergamot and the lime zest and the what else is on top? The ruby orange, much more than you do the cinnamon. I mean, the cinnamon it's certainly there, and especially if you smell them wrist by wrist. I can remember Acqua di Gio so distinctly. I don't need to, but it's there. I think it would only be recognizable to the person who is wearing it. It's that subtle. After it wears off, the cinnamon, or whatever that is, nutmeg, maybe 30 to 60 minutes after it being on your skin, perhaps, it's pretty much indistinguishable from Acqua di Gio, this fragrance is, for me, on my skin. Of course, there's as many different people out there as there are skin chemistries, so needless to say, try a sample on your own first, but it probably won't behave too much differently from your Armani. Most people won't be able to tell the difference unless they got maybe within a few inches of your skin really soon after you applied the fragrance. So unless you're getting up close and but you shouldn't be doing at work. Come on, guys. Let's get it together. Sometimes imitators, I guess, offend the originals by doing them a disservice, and sometimes they compliment them by coming so close to the original. And I guess imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right? Most fall somewhere in the middle, as you would expect them to, and this one does, but I would say this falls more towards the successful side of getting it right. For an example of an imitator, specifically an imitator of Le Odyssey, that's slightly less successful than this one, but by no means unpleasant or not worth the very small cost. See my former review of Fujiyama Perhomme, which is also known as Success de Paris. As far as sillage and projection go, and longevity, they're wonderful. They're very, very good, actually. Much better than the previous 2 scents that I've reviewed. And I think Red Ellis 360 Red probably outperforms Acqua di Gio in both longevity and sillage. I have skin that's notorious for its ability to drink up anything I put on it. A lot of things, many, many things I can put on my skin. Even nice, really nice designer stuff and the occasional niche scent, no more than 3 or 4 hours. And I find this to be a perpetually ongoing problem for me. So with this, I get somewhere between 6 and 8 hours on my skin. Of course, the last 3 to 4 of those being fairly close to my skin, but you would expect that. Another big thing in Red Ellis 360 Red's favor is the price. If you're going retail, of course, which you never should, everyone is shopping on FragranceNet, I hope. At least for the things that you can find there, and you can find a lot. You're going to pay retail about 3 times as much for Acqua di Gio as you would for this per milliliter or per ounce. Because of for this, I think I paid around $20, $22 for the 3.4, 100 mil. For that price, you can use it sort of as a liberal spritz after a shower, which is mostly what I use it as. and it smells, despite the fact that it's 40 degrees outside right now, you smell summery, fresh, invigorated. I love the smell of bergamot. It's one of my favorite smells, and it's really heavy on the bergamot. So I really appreciate that. I love the price too, and for being so close to what it's trying to copy, I'll really take this any day as long as it's in production over Acqua di Gio. So I hope you enjoyed the review, guys. I will see you with another one very soon. Take care, and always smell well.